What's up, keepers? Alvin GK1 here, and I'm back with another unboxing showcase of goalkeeper gloves from my, can I say it, massive collection of goalkeeper gloves. If you like what you're seeing, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. It helps other people get to see my videos and it helps the algorithm massively. And it just makes me want to do more videos. So what can I say? I'm here today with a pair of gloves from 2014. Let's take you back. These are the Adidas Predator Zones Battle Pack gloves from the 2014 Brazil World Cup. Now, these gloves are the gloves that lifted the World Cup trophy on the hands of Manuel Neuer. They featured this striking battle print, black and white colour scheme, a bit bland for Brazil when you consider all the colourful nature of the whole country, the samba, everything. But I think Adidas went with this range of colour combinations to stand out from all the other brands that were doing all colourful combinations, and they did stand out. If you remember back then, Adidas had 3 pairs of boots that matched the gloves as well. It was the Adi Pure 11 Pro, I think it was, the Predator LZs, and with the F50s back then. They keep changing the name, but now we're back to F50s in 2014. But there are 3 boots, all matching the gloves, so you can have the perfect glove boot combination, if you're into that thing, that is. So if you remember rightly, Germany, they won it in Brazil. They battered Brazil. Was it the semi-final, quarter-final, 7-1? And then in the final, they won it 1-0. The reason why these gloves are special to me is because I actually got to go out to Brazil and to see Manuel Neuer play against Ghana. Didn't have the best game, ended 2-2. And you could see he wasn't a happy guy at the end of the result, but at the end of the tournament, he sure was a happy guy. Now, these are one of the most striking looking gloves from 10 years ago. It is now, still a long time ago. These featured the Zones, the Nova latex, so you had a sticky latex stitched on top of the Nova latex. So what you had, basically 2 levels of latex. So it made the glove a bit tighter, but it helped the gloves last longer. Because you literally, if you ruined the red latex, you could just carry on playing, or even some people I know peeled off the red latex to expose the white latex underneath, which was the model before that. The previous Predator Pro was the top latex that they were losing. So this was an evolution of it. I remember seeing Petr Cech when he was at Chelsea and battling it out with Thibaut Courtois to be Chelsea #1. And in training, you can see him going up for a high ball, and he was wearing a pair of these, sample pair, testing and whatnot. But these also featured an abrasion zone to basically try guard against low dives or palming the floor, to try keep this zone protective and stop latex tears, wear and tear, generally through the art of goalkeeping, really. So what you'll notice with this glove, it is a full negative glove. So negatively stitched backhand, but what you'll find, there's also a piece of latex just stitched on top of the backhand, which is made up of neoprene, and you've got latex gussets stitched in a traditional negative cut, so not all the way looped over like how the more modern negative cut that Adidas are currently using. Double wrap thumb, wrap over the top, and the zones, red zones on the top of the thumb, and also the double wrap with the 2 zones. So the red zone latex and the white latex just underneath there. So best of both worlds if you like the double wrap. Me, I'm happy with just the wrap over the top of the thumb, but double wrap is beneficial to a lot of people. And on the backhand, you've got silicone backhand punching zone with latex either side of it. So it was a very warm glove. It is a very warm glove because the neoprene is quite thick. on top of that, latex as well. Latex is more, me personally, I like a latex backhand. Adds more comfort to the glove, I find, because it molds to your hand shape, and when hitting the floor with your hand doing dives, low dives in particular, does offer some level of protection. But the print is just so unique. If you look at it too long, you can get mesmerized by it. And featuring the traditional double loop wrist strap that Adidas made famous, and that Adidas done the best. I haven't found a brand that's done it as good as Adidas did, which they no longer do. Oh, tell a lie. They brought it back with the Copper series, which features basically a modern take on this glove, really, which they brought back, which is good to see. But Adidas done the double wrist strap better than anyone else, featuring a pull tab as well. There was also a faulty problem with these gloves, if I remember rightly, back in 2014, where the base of the palm was only stitched once. And what that led to was when people were pulling on the gloves and pulling tight, that would tear. And you'd end up with big holes on the base of the palm and the top of the wrist bandage area, because it only goes up to the base of the palm on the inside, the neoprene material, before it goes into the latex palm, the back side of it. And a lot of people were getting tears here. I remember speaking to Lee Haywood. He had a pair of the green versions, his split, and with later models and colorways of this model in particular, they started to double stitch it, so one stitch there and another stitch on top. I remember speaking to Simon at Tuto Goalkeeping and also mentioned that because his gloves that he bought at the time also had neoprene body with the one stitch at the bottom, and I suggested to him he might want a double stitch, which fair play to him, he took on board and did double stitch the base of the palm just for added durability and to guard against getting returns through stitching popping or tears from pulling on the gloves. So these aren't my actual size. I'd usually wear in these a size 11 or 12. I've got a lot of pairs of size 12 in other colorways, which I will show to you. These are 10.5, so in theory, they are half a size smaller than what I would wear, but can get away with it if you really want to. So, as mentioned, I just got to be careful pulling them on, because that's where a lot of tears to the base of the palm happened. So in theory, being half a size small, they are a bit difficult to get on, and they would be difficult getting off because your hands would sweat in this. There's literally no ventilation due to the latex gussets, the latex backhand, and the neoprene body. It's just a very warm glove. With the Manuel Neuer SMU, I did notice that he didn't have the double loop wrist strap. He just had a basic latex strap, as always with his SMUs, which he's continued with over the years. But the double loop wrist strap, one of the best I've found. Not too tight, not too loose. It just offers the perfect fit. And if you haven't tried it, you can try it on the Copper series that Adidas have at the moment. Find a cheap pair, give it a go if you like a nice secure fit, but are not a fan of latex straps. Yeah, I could play with these. The thumb, I would like an 11 on these, but would I play with these? No. Like I said, I went to the Brazil World Cup, saw 7 games, and these are just like, for me, a memento and reminder of my time there, and the fact that Manuel Neuer wore these in the final, kept a clean sheet, and got best goalkeeper of the tournament and won the World Cup. So big achievement for him, and just a reminder of how it was back then in 2014 with how gloves were latex backhands. You'll find for the releases after this model, they started stripping things away from the backhand to make the glove lighter, and the latex zones then become printed on. Some would say printed, but I did hear that they were actually made like that with the latex. So yeah, is what it is. These are great gloves to look at, and very rare nowadays to find an unused pair. So I'm just happy I managed to get these off was it Goalkeeper save from Eric. And this was a number of years after the World Cup, because once the World Cup was finished, these gloves were flying off the shelves. And all gone, so I didn't ever get my correct size and get to use this colorway. But like I said, I do have other colorways that I potentially might show on the channel, or will definitely show on my YouTube page. So make sure you check that out. So hope you like my ramblings on about the Adidas Predator Pro Zones, Lethal Zones from Battle Pack from 2014. This is Alvin GK1 signing out.